You feel the buzz in your pocket, a silent alarm of control. Your brain releases dopamine, anticipating that tiny hit of pleasure from the notification. This moment, multiplied billions of times daily, forms modern control systems more powerful than anything in history. What Aldous Huxley warned about in Brave New World has evolved into something far more sophisticated. Technology companies employ armies of neuroscientists to design interfaces that hijack your brain's reward pathways. They're turning your attention into a commodity, sold to the highest bidder. By understanding these mechanisms, you gain the crucial first tool for liberation: awareness of the invisible chains. Huxley's forgotten warning. What if the dystopian future Aldous Huxley predicted wasn't just coming true, but has already been surpassed in ways he couldn't imagine? In 1932, Huxley published Brave New World, a novel that presented a chilling vision of a society controlled not through pain and punishment, but through pleasure and distraction. While George Orwell's 1984 warned of a world crushed under the boot of oppression, Huxley foresaw something far more insidious: a world so enamored with trivial pleasures that the very concept of freedom would become irrelevant. At the center of Huxley's fictional world state was Soma, a government-issued drug with no negative side effects that provided an immediate escape from any unpleasant emotion. Take a holiday from reality whenever you like, was the promise, a chemically induced bliss available at the slightest hint of discomfort. Citizens were conditioned from birth to seek pleasure rather than truth, happiness rather than meaning. 1 cubic centimeter cures 10 gloomy sentiments, went the state's propaganda. With Soma readily available, why would anyone bother with the difficult work of genuine human connection, critical thinking, or spiritual growth? Huxley understood that pleasure is a far more effective means of control than pain could ever be. Pain creates resistance, martyrs, and eventually revolution. Pleasure creates willing participants who defend their own servitude. In Huxley's dystopia, no one had to be forced into compliance. They lined up eagerly for their daily dose of artificial happiness. The parallels to today are striking. Our technologies function as digital soma, delivering immediate relief from discomfort with greater sophistication than Huxley could have imagined. Like a computerized pill dispenser, our smartphones dispense constant doses of distraction, while social media platforms provide hits of validation through likes and comments. Unlike Soma, these technologies aren't distributed by a central government. We purchase them willingly, upgrade them regularly, and defend them against criticism. In Brave New World Revisited, 1958, Huxley reflected on how quickly his fictional warnings were being realized. The early advocates of universal literacy and a free press envisaged only 2 possibilities. The propaganda might be true, or it might be false. They did not foresee what in fact has happened: the development of a vast mass communications industry, concerned in the main neither with the true nor the false, but with the unreal, the more or less totally irrelevant. This observation becomes particularly striking when we consider how much of our digital environment is designed not to inform, but simply to capture attention. The currency of the information age isn't truth. It's engagement, most reliably produced through emotional triggers and addictive design patterns. In a 1958 interview with Mike Wallace, Huxley explained what he saw as the real threat to freedom. "I think that the danger is, as power is being centralized and more instruments of power are made available to those at the center, the temptation to interfere with the freedom of individuals, with the rights of individuals, will become more and more difficult to resist." When asked about these instruments, Huxley chillingly predicted methods of making people love their servitude through control by rewards, explaining that dictators would learn it's much easier to control people by rewarding desired behavior than by punishing undesired behavior. This prediction resonates profoundly with our current technological ecosystem. The apps and platforms we use don't force compliance, they reward it. Every notification, like, and autoplay feature is designed to reward continued engagement. Algorithms don't punish us for seeking alternative viewpoints. They simply reward us with more of what we already consume, creating comfortable bubbles of information that rarely challenge existing beliefs. The world state in Brave New World engineered happiness through genetic manipulation, conditioning, and soma. Our modern equivalent engineers happiness through predictive algorithms, behavioral design, and constant digital stimulation. The result is similar: a population dependent on artificial pleasures, disconnected from the natural world, and ill-equipped to handle genuine emotional challenges. Huxley expressed a fear particularly relevant to our age of information overload. We are in a very bad way indeed, because we have developed at a very high level all these wonderful technological toys, which distract our attention from the real problems of human beings. What the real problems of man are: the problem of his relation to the ultimate reality, the real problems of life and death. Huxley wasn't concerned about book burning or explicit censorship. He feared a world where deep thought is replaced by surface-level stimulation, where wisdom is drowned out by trivia. Not that books would be banned, but that they would become irrelevant in a culture obsessed with immediacy and entertainment. The world state's motto was community, identity, stability. Today's equivalent might be connectivity, personalization, engagement. Similar concepts repackaged for the digital age. Both prioritize comfort over freedom, pleasure over purpose, and stability over genuine human growth. Huxley's core insight was that humans could be conditioned to love their own servitude, to defend it, to be anxious without it, to pay for maintaining it. This form of control would be far more stable than any system based on force, because the victims would never recognize themselves as victims at all. They would see themselves as consumers, making free choices in a marketplace, while those choices were being subtly shaped by forces beyond their awareness. The evolution beyond Soma. Those forces beyond our awareness, shaping our choices, have evolved far beyond anything Huxley could have imagined. Today's technology doesn't just offer escape. It studies your response patterns, learns what triggers your specific brain chemistry, and delivers increasingly personalized dopamine hits that keep you returning throughout the day, checking your device approximately every 10 minutes. The question isn't whether we're being controlled. It's whether we've helped create a system of control so sophisticated that breaking free requires understanding the very neurological warfare being waged against us. In Huxley's fictional world, the drug Soma represented a state-sanctioned pleasure delivery system, uniform, predictable, and distributed through official channels. Every citizen received the same chemical compound, regardless of their individual psychology or preferences. It was a blunt instrument of control, effective yet crude by modern standards. The fictional world state maintained stability through this one-size-fits-all approach to chemical happiness, a standardized dose for standardized citizens. What we've created in reality is infinitely more sophisticated. Today's technologies offer personalized escape routes meticulously mapped to your individual psychological terrain. Your smartphone functions as a data collection terminal that monitors your every interaction, learning which specific stimuli trigger your reward pathways most effectively. Each tap, scroll, and lingering gaze becomes data points in an ever-expanding profile of your psychological vulnerabilities. This evolution beyond Soma into personalized control mechanisms represents a fundamental shift in how we're influenced. The average person checks their phone 96 times daily, a behavior engineered through the relationship between human and machine. Each check delivers a small dopamine hit, creating a feedback loop more powerful than Soma's chemical dependency. Like precision military strikes, these notifications are microattacks targeting your specific psychological weak points, each one precisely calibrated to breach your attentional defenses. Consider how this plays out in real life. A college student opens Instagram during a study break, intending to spend just 5 minutes scrolling. The algorithm immediately serves content matching her specific interests. Fitness videos that trigger her insecurity about her body, followed by friends' vacation photos activating her fear of missing out. 2 hours later, she's still scrolling, her assignment untouched, trapped in a personalized pleasure loop designed specifically for her psychological profile. What makes this system particularly insidious is its adaptive nature. While Soma remains static, our digital ecosystem continuously evolves to become more effective at capturing attention. The algorithms powering social media feeds don't simply present information. They conduct ongoing psychological experiments with you as the unwitting subject. Every interaction teaches these systems which emotional buttons to push to keep you engaged. These content recommendation algorithms adapt to your individual psychology by analyzing vast data about your behavior, preferences, and vulnerabilities. They track interactions like likes, shares, time spent on specific content, and even moments when you pause scrolling. This creates detailed profiles predicting exactly what will keep you engaged, based on your specific psychological makeup. The result is a personalized dopamine delivery system that makes Huxley's Soma look like a crude relic. Your device offers content precisely calibrated to your psyche. Memes matching your humor, outrage aligning with your political views, validation soothing your specific insecurities. The pleasure exists in the perfect matching of content to consumer. This personalization creates a pleasure prison without visible bars. Unlike Soma, which users consciously consumed, our digital platforms often operate below awareness. You may not realize how notification pleasure conditions your behavior, creating powerful habit loops that bring you back to your device throughout the day without conscious decision. The engineering behind these systems is deliberate. Tech companies have hired experts from the gambling industry to design addictive features. These specialists bring deep understanding of psychological principles driving addictive behaviors, creating interfaces highly effective at capturing attention. The pull to refresh feature mirrors slot machine mechanics, variable rewards delivered through a simple physical action that becomes automatic with repetition. This cross-pollination between gambling psychology and technology design raises serious ethical questions about exploiting human vulnerabilities for profit. The goal is creating products that are compulsively used, maximizing engagement time and revenue from advertising and data collection. Your attention has become the most valuable commodity, harvested with maximum efficiency. The echo chambers created by these personalized systems enhance their addictive potential. As algorithms learn your preferences, they increasingly show content confirming your existing beliefs, creating a feedback loop that feels natural but narrows exposure to diverse perspectives. This creates a false sense of community, where the world seems to align with your views because the algorithm filters reality to match your preferences. What makes our system potentially more dangerous is its invisibility. Soma was recognizable as a control mechanism, pills distributed by the state. Our digital control systems disguise themselves as services and conveniences. They don't feel like control because they appear to respond to our choices rather than direct them. Yet those choices themselves are increasingly shaped by subtle influences, creating circular logic that masks the underlying manipulation. Smartphones, the new Soma. That phantom buzzing in your pocket isn't just your imagination. It's evidence of a profound neurological transformation. Each time you reach for your smartphone without any actual notification, you're witnessing firsthand how deeply these devices have integrated with your nervous system. This phenomenon, known as phantom vibration syndrome, reveals something extraordinary. Your brain has formed such strong pathways anticipating phone notifications that it now generates false positives, creating sensations that don't physically exist. Picture this. You're in an important job interview when you feel that familiar buzz against your thigh. Mid-sentence, you instinctively reach toward your pocket before realizing your phone is actually on silent mode. That moment of divided attention, however brief, demonstrates how smartphones have become neural extensions of ourselves in ways no other technology has achieved. Smartphones activate our brain's reward pathways through anticipation alone. Brain scans show that expecting a notification triggers activity in neural reward pathways, releasing dopamine in areas like the nucleus accumbens. Your brain experiences a conditioned response to potential rewards, creating compulsive checking behaviors similar to mechanisms in substance addiction. When you feel that buzz, your brain reacts as if anticipating food or water, making resistance nearly impossible. The smartphone's power comes from its perfect marriage of physical and psychological characteristics. They maintain constant body contact, closer than almost any other object. Users keep their devices within arm's reach for 22 hours daily, including during sleep. This physical proximity creates a continuous feedback loop previous technologies couldn't achieve. The device's weight in your pocket, warm glow in darkness, and smooth glass surface combine to create an unprecedented sensory relationship. The smartphone has become a sensory organ through which we perceive the world. This relationship transforms into dependency through continuous partial attention. Unlike multitasking, this state keeps you in persistent divided awareness. Your consciousness fragments as you remain perpetually alert for new information while never fully engaging with what's in front of you. This cognitive limbo rewires neural pathways to prefer constant novelty over sustained focus. Your brain, accustomed to frequent attention shifts, struggles with deep concentration necessary for complex thought. Research shows the mere presence of your phone impairs cognitive function. Even when powered off and face down, having your smartphone nearby reduces attention span, working memory, and problem-solving abilities. Your brain dedicates background processing to resist checking it, creating a constant drain on cognitive resources. This effect appears strongest among those reporting higher smartphone dependency, suggesting deeper integration correlates with greater cognitive impact. Every notification delivers a microdose of dopamine that accumulates through hundreds of daily interactions. The variable timing of rewards, sometimes immediate, sometimes delayed, creates the same reinforcement pattern that makes gambling addictive. Your smartphone functions as a portable slot machine, delivering unpredictable rewards through an infinite scroll of content and notifications. Each variable reward strengthens anticipation pathways, making the next check increasingly irresistible. Brain scans reveal structural changes from this rewiring. Excessive smartphone use correlates with alterations in gray matter volume, particularly in reward processing and cognitive control regions. These changes mirror patterns in other behavioral addictions. Reward pathways become more sensitive to digital stimuli, while control mechanisms weaken, creating a self-reinforcing cycle. App design accelerates this neurological capture. Social platforms have mastered microsession engagement, short interactions that maintain connection without requiring extended focus. Apps are engineered for 20 to 60-second bursts, filling microscopic gaps between activities. This fractional usage pattern allows dozens of daily engagements without feeling like too much time. Each session ends before satisfaction, ensuring you'll return for another hit of stimulation. The system transforms waiting into an intolerable state. Moments that once allowed for reflection or daydreaming now create tension relieved only by reaching for your phone. This elimination of boredom removes cognitive downtime necessary for creativity and emotional processing. Smartphone design amplifies these effects. The pocket-sized form ensures constant availability. High-resolution displays capture attention at a primal level. Touch interfaces create direct connection between thought and action, eliminating natural pause points. Even the weight and balance are engineered to feel satisfying in hand. These features create a personalized pleasure trigger, always within reach. Your smartphone delivers experiences calibrated to your psychological profile, knowing which content captures your attention and which emotional triggers keep you scrolling. It tracks usage patterns to identify vulnerable moments and delivers precisely targeted content. This personalization creates a feedback loop of increasing precision, each interaction teaching the system how to better manipulate your neurochemistry. The relationship between notification and response has become so internalized that users often feel phantom vibrations, a modern Pavlovian response. Your nervous system has become so attuned to these signals that it generates false sensations rather than missed potential rewards. This hypervigilance represents neural pathways worn deep through repetition, transforming conscious choice into automatic response. The neuroscience of digital addiction. Those automatic responses to phantom notifications reveal something far more calculated than simple habit formation. While you might think your cravings for social media are just a modern inconvenience, neuroscientists have discovered that technology companies are deliberately exploiting vulnerabilities in your brain's architecture that evolution never prepared you to defend against. The unpredictable nature of when you'll receive your next like or comment isn't a design flaw. It's the cornerstone of an addiction strategy more sophisticated than anything Huxley could have imagined. Your brain's reward system developed over millions of years to help our species survive by recognizing and pursuing essential resources: food, water, shelter, social bonds, and reproductive opportunities. This ancient system, centered in the mesolimbic dopamine pathway, connects the ventral tegmental area deep in your midbrain to the nucleus accumbens, a region critical for processing rewards. When you encounter something beneficial to survival, this circuit floods your brain with dopamine, creating feelings of pleasure and reinforcing behaviors that led to that reward. What makes this system vulnerable to exploitation is its inability to distinguish between natural rewards essential for survival and artificial rewards engineered in Silicon Valley boardrooms. Your brain processes a notification alert with the same fundamental mechanism it uses when discovering water in a desert landscape. Consider Sarah, a college student who experiences a small dopamine surge when her phone buzzes. She checks it immediately, discovering a like on her recent post. The brief satisfaction fades quickly, but her brain has registered and reinforced the checking behavior. By evening, she's checked her phone 47 times without realizing it. This exemplifies what neuroscientists call variable reward schedules. the true genius of social media's design. Unlike predictable pleasures, social platforms deliver unpredictable rewards at irregular intervals. Brain imaging studies show this anticipatory state generates more dopamine than receiving the reward itself, creating a psychological condition where craving becomes more powerful than satisfaction. The intermittent nature of these rewards creates stronger addiction patterns than consistent, predictable rewards ever could. Initially, modest dopamine spikes occur when receiving notifications. Over time, the dopamine release shifts earlier, firing not when you receive the notification, but when you hear the alert sound or merely think about checking your phone. Eventually, your brain rewires to crave the anticipation itself. This process fundamentally alters your neurological architecture. Brain imaging research reveals significant structural changes in individuals with excessive screen time. Reduction in gray matter volume in the prefrontal cortex, responsible for decision-making, planning, and inhibitory control. Or increased gray matter in the basal ganglia and right nucleus accumbens, regions involved in reward processing and emotion. These physical changes explain why breaking free from social media addiction feels so challenging. The very region needed for self-regulation, your prefrontal cortex, becomes compromised by the behavior you're trying to control. Social media platforms are deliberately designed to be addictive by activating the brain's reward center through dopamine release, explains Dr. Jacqueline Sperling, psychologist at McLean Hospital. The unpredictable nature of rewards keeps users engaged precisely because they never know when they'll receive positive feedback. According to the I-PACE model in neuroscience, excessive internet use affects attention, mood, emotional regulation, and inhibitory control mechanisms. Users commonly experience impairments in cognitive functions, including self-monitoring, memory retention, and time management. This neurological hijacking extends beyond waking hours. Research demonstrates that using smartphones before bed reduces melatonin secretion and desynchronizes the hypothalamus's circadian rhythm, disrupting sleep patterns and potentially worsening mental health outcomes. What makes social media algorithms particularly insidious is their precision in exploiting these vulnerabilities. They create unpredictable reward schedules while systematically weakening prefrontal control mechanisms. Features like infinite scroll prevent natural stopping points that might allow your prefrontal cortex to reassert control. Meanwhile, adaptive algorithms continuously learn which content triggers your strongest emotional responses. During a typical social media session, your attention fragments from constant novel stimuli, preventing deep focus. Your stress hormone cortisol elevates in response to social comparison. Your dopamine system activates with each new content piece, creating rapid pleasure-seeking cycles. Simultaneously, your prefrontal regulatory systems become overwhelmed by the volume of small decisions required to navigate the platform. This personalized neurological engagement represents a form of neurological warfare Huxley could never have imagined. Unlike Soma's standardized chemical experience, today's platforms conduct ongoing experiments with billions of human nervous systems simultaneously. They identify and exploit individual differences in vulnerability, creating addiction patterns tailored to each user's unique neurological landscape. The relationship between user and platform becomes a neurological arms race, where the platform holds all advantages. Every interaction provides data that algorithms use to refine their approach, identifying exactly which content elicits maximum engagement from you specifically. Attention engineers, the new drug dealers. Behind this neurological warfare stands an elite cadre of professionals you've likely never heard of. Yet they understand your behavior patterns better than your closest friends. Teams of PhDs in neuroscience and psychology aren't working to help humanity overcome addiction, but are instead being paid six-figure salaries specifically to make products you can't stop using. These attention engineers represent a new profession altogether. Specialists whose sole purpose is to capture and maintain your focus through increasingly sophisticated digital interfaces. Unlike traditional drug dealers who operate in shadows, these attention engineers work in gleaming Silicon Valley offices, using scientific methods to perfect their craft. They meticulously design every aspect of your digital experience, from the satisfying swoosh sound when you send an email to the exact shade of red used for notification badges. Nothing is accidental. Each element has been tested to trigger specific neurological responses that keep you engaged. These professionals are behavioral scientists conducting the largest unregulated psychological experiment in human history,